Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel RJK Tutorials. Today I am going to do the review of Kset 2018 Management Paper 2 question paper. Now talking about the Management Test Paper 2, it consists of 100 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. So totally it is for 200 marks. So let us see the questions and the appropriate answers for these questions. The first question is the skimming price for a new product. The correct answer is I, initial price. Here the companies are going to keep the price of a product very high initially. So such a pricing mechanism is called as the skimming price. Second question, costs recorded in books of the accounts are considered to be explicit cost. That is the cost whatever the companies are incurring day-to-day transactions. So these costs are recorded as explicit costs. Third question, an increase in demand will cause the consumers to buy more at low price. So as you know that the law of demand, lesser the price, the demand for the product increases. So the consumers will buy more and more of the products when the price of the product is less. So therefore the correct answer is B, will cause consumers to buy more products at low price. Then we'll go to the fourth question. It is a question based on assertion and reasoning. The assertion is the law of diminishing marginal utility is derived from the law of demand. The reasoning follows. It follows that when the price of the goods fall, the consumer buy more of the goods so as to equate the marginal utility to the lower price. So the correct answer is the law of diminishing marginality is derived from law of demand. It is false. But the reasoning that when the price of the goods fall, the consumers buy more of the goods so as to equate the marginal utility to the low price, the reasoning is correct. So the assertion is false, but reasoning is considered to be true. Now let us go to the fifth question. It is the match the following. You have list 1 and list 2. You have to compare and you have to mark the correct options in list 1 and list 2. So the correct option is for question A, option 3 is the correct answer. So let us look at the question A. So what is question A? The percentage change in the quantity demanded to percent change in price. It is actually called price elasticity. So price elasticity is basically we take the change in quantity demanded to the change in price, that is percent change in price. So therefore correct option for A is 3, price elasticity. Now the second one is for B, the correct answer is 4. So what is B? The percentage change in demand to percentage change in the price of some other commodity is actually called cross elasticity. That means the demand for one product depends upon the price elasticity of other product. Such a elasticity is called cross elasticity of demand. Now for the third question, homogeneous products, the correct answer is perfect competition. So for question number 3, C, the correct option is perfect competition. Now let us go to the D, the relationship between quality of the product demanded and the factors that affect the quantity. So what is this called? It is called market demand. So market demand is nothing but the relationship between the quality of the product demanded and the factors that affect the quantity demanded. So such a relationship is actually called as the market demand. So therefore the correct option is A. Now let us go to the next question, the question number 6. The theory of cognitive dissonance was proposed by Leon Festinger. So that is the correct answer. Question number 7. The manifestation of OB relates to what? So correct option is organizational dynamics, conflict, change, and adaptation. Okay, I think you heard about subject called OCCD. So this OB actually relates to this particular topics. So that is organizational dynamics, conflicts, change, and adaptation. Now we'll go to the eighth one. So you have to arrange this according to order. The effective listening depends on understanding, hearing, interpreting, remembering, evaluating, and responding. So what is the correct order? The correct order is B. So it starts from hearing, then understanding, then remembering, then interpreting, then evaluating, and responding. So the correct option for question number 8 is B. Now we'll go to the question number 9. Once again, match the following. So list 1 and list 2, you have to compare and you have to choose the correct combination. Management by objective or MBO. So was proposed by Peter F. Drucker. So ERG theory is proposed by Alderfer. Situational leadership theory is given by Hersey and Blanchard. And the cognitive theory is actually given by Edward Tolman. So the correct option for question number 9 is A. Now let us go to the 10th question. It is a question related to assertion and reasoning. So the question goes like this, pertaining to assertion. Perception refers to the process of combining, integrating, and interpreting informations about others to gain understanding about them. So what do you mean by perception? Perception basically tells how the sense organs are going to receive the stimuli from the external environment and how that information gets processed in the brain and how the brain is going to interpret. That is called as perception. So perception refers to process of combining, integrating, interpreting information about others to gain an understanding about them. So the reasoning for this assertion is perception refers to act of seeing what is there to be seen. So therefore, both A and B are true. So the correct option for 10th question is A. Now let us go to the 11th question. In time study, the rating factor is applied to determine it is applied to determine the fixation of incentive rate. So incentive rate is fixed by using the time study. So therefore, the correct option is A. Now let us go to the 12th question. In notation, A slash B, B slash C is equals to D slash E slash F for summarizing the characteristics of queuing situation. So this is a question based on queuing theory. So let us B and D stands for what? B and D stands for service time distribution and maximum number allowed in the system. So that is what B and D is referred here. So therefore, the correct option for 12th question is D. So let us go for the 13th question. Quality circles are characterized by two things. One is voluntary participation of all the employees, and the second one is the discussions generally related to quality. So therefore, the correct option for the question number 13 is A. That is both first and second is correct. That is voluntary participation of the employees and also discussion by the employees generally related to quality is actually called as quality circle. So question number 14, once again, assertion and reasoning. PERT, that is program evaluation review technique, is a type of a statistical technique for evaluating the completion time of a project. Is referred to as an activity oriented technique. The reasoning is PERT is a tool for planning and control of time. So both, if you compare A well as the R, that is assertion and reasoning, A is incorrect, but B is correct. So PERT is basically a tool for planning and control of time. Just like we have a CPM, here PERT is also basically used for planning and control of time. So here PERT is referred to as an activity-oriented technique. No, it is not an activity-oriented technique. So CPM, critical path method, is an activity-oriented technique. So therefore A is wrong or incorrect. The reasoning or R is correct. So therefore the correct option for 14th question is A. That is A is incorrect, but B is correct. Now let us go to the 15th question. Dash involves testing a random sample of existing goods and deciding whether to accept an entire lot based on the quality of random sample. So what is this basically called? It is called acceptance sampling. So acceptance sampling involves testing a random sample of existing goods and deciding whether to accept the entire lot based on the quality of a random sample. That means you take a lot, do the quality testing and accept the entire lot of the sample. So that is what is called as acceptance sampling. Then we have a problem related to probability. Out of all the two digits integers between 1 and 100, a two-digit number has to be selected at random. So please try to understand the question. We have to take a two-digit integer from 1 to 100. Okay, so integer basically means a number without any decimal point. So 1 to 100, you have to take a two-digit integer here. The two-digit number has to be selected at random. What is the probability that the selected number is not divisible by 7? So first of all, you have to know how the probability works. So probability is P of n or P of A is given by n of A divided by n of S. That means out of the total given sample, you are selecting some sample. So that is how the probability formula works. Okay, P of A is equal to n of A divided by n of S. So n of S is the total possible samples that you can collect. Out of that selected sample, what you're collecting is n of A. Now, there is one more golden formula in probability. I think you heard about what is called P plus Q is equal to 1. That is probability of a thing happening plus probability of thing not happening is equal to 1. So probability of happening a thing is called P. Probability of not happening is called Q. So when you use this particular formula, you will get the answer. So first you have to take the multiples of 7. Multiples of 7. So what are the multiples of 7? 7, 14, 21, 28. Then you have 35, 42, 49. Then you have 56, 63, 70, 77. Like that, you have to keep on taking the multiples of 7 from in the series 1 to 100. So in that, you will be getting the numbers which are divisible by 7. Now here we have to get numbers not divisible by 7. So numbers not divisible by 7, that probability is equal to 1 minus those numbers which are actually divisible by 7. So when you do this particular workout, you will be getting an answer 77 by 90. Please remember the golden formula P plus Q is equal to 1. Probability of a thing happening, probability of a thing not happening is equal to 1. So therefore, here we have to find out probability of a number being selected is not divisible by 7. So therefore, probability of a number not divisible by 7 is equal to 1 minus probability of a number divisible by 7. So if you do that one, you will be getting the option D, which is 77 by 90. Now let us go to the statement related problems. Questions here. The statement 1, stratified random sample is one in which random selection is done not from the universe as a whole but from a different strata of universe. So the statement 2 says the allocation of sample size in a stratified random sample is done proportionately or optimally or disproportionately of various strata. So therefore both A and B can be taken as correct. So therefore the correct option is for 17th question is A. So it is both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Now let us go to the next question. That is question number 18. This is once again related to assertion and reasoning. Assertion F test statistic is equal to the variance of a sample 1 divided by the variance of sample 2. That is the variance of sample 1 is divided by the variance of sample 2. The reasoning is the test statistic F distribution will have a n1 minus 1 and n2 minus 1 degree of freedom. So normally this n1 minus 1, n2 minus 1 is actually called as the row and column. n1 minus 1 is called row, n2 minus 1 is called as column. So this sort of degree of freedom is calculated only in F distribution. So therefore, both A and B are correct and R is the right explanation for assertion A. So therefore, the correct option for 18th question is A. Now let us go to the 19th one. Control your own destiny, or someone else will. This is the famous quote given by Jack Welch. So this is the correct answer. So question number 20. According to Michael Porter, the three generic strategies are. So what are the three generic strategies? According to Michael Porter, it is low cost leadership, differentiation, and focus strategy. So these three are actually called as the generic strategies of Michael Porter. So therefore, the correct option for 20th question is B. Now let us go to the 21st question. Match the following. So list 1 versus the list 2, you have to match. The correct option is for A, it is 2. So what is A? Projected rate of sales growth is high with high market share. So this is actually called stars. So this is where the sales is very high. The market share of the company is also very high. So they're called as the stars. So stars basically indicates the market is very potential for the company to generate more revenue and profit. Then next for B it is 3. So what is B? Market growth rate low and market share is high. So for that the correct option is 3, problem child. That means the market growth is low, market share is very high. That means there is something wrong with the company. So therefore it is called as the problem child. Next C, low market growth rate with the low market share. So the correct option is 1. That is called as the dog. So the low market growth with the low market share. That means you have to be very watchful about the market, the trend in the market. So therefore it is called as the dog. Then we have a high market share and low growth rate. So this is called cash cow because the market is very big. The share of the market is very high. So therefore, you can gradually increase the revenue generation over a period of time. So therefore, it is called as the cash cow. So therefore, the correct answer for 21st question is B. The codes are 2, 3, 1, 4 for A, B, C, D. Now let us go to the 20th question. According to Michael Porter, three generic strategies are, the first one is low cost leadership. The second one is called differentiation. The third one is called focus. So it is 2, 3, 4. The option is B. The correct answer for 20th question is B. Now let us go to the 21st question. I'm sorry, I think I already repeated this one. So let us go to the 22nd question. So 22nd question is assertion and reasoning. In a grand strategy, firm directs its resources to the profitable growth of a single product in a single market with a single dominant strategy or a technology. The reasoning is the firm thoroughly develops and exploits its expertise in a delineated competitive arena. So what is the correct option for this one? It is C. Both A and R, that is assertion and reasoning, are correct. That means in a grand strategy, what happens? The company directs the entire resources of the company towards a single market, single product. So they will try to create a niche type of strategy where they will hold the market very tightly. They will not allow any competitor to enter into the market. So this sort of niche type of strategy is called grand strategy. So therefore, the correct option is C. That is both assertion and reasoning are correct and R is the right explanation of A. Now let us go to the 23rd question. Which of the following is the most important for entrepreneurs while starting a new venture to make a assessment of risk. So risk assessment is most important for the entrepreneurs because the company can overnight can be a profitable or it can go to a loss based upon the amount of risk what the entrepreneur is going to take it. So 24th question, an entrepreneur always searches for a change, responds to it and exploits it as an opportunity. Who made this particular statement? The correct option is B, Peter F. Drucker. Next, we have a match the following. So list 1 is product, list 2 is best operative regime. So the correct option is for A it is 1. That is custom made furniture is actually called craft production. So craft production is a technique which is basically used for custom made products like furniture, other things. Now B, it is 2. That is manufacturing of small runs of specialized industrial fittings is called total quality management. C is 4. There is production of high grade steel from scrap is called mass production assembly line. And D is 3. That is standardized plumbing products such as pipe fittings and valves mass production process line. Okay, so there's a difference between assembly line and the process line. So the correct option for D will be 3. So the correct overall option for 25th question is A. That is A21, B22, C24, and D23. Now let us go to the next question, the 26th question. Which of the following rules are followed in brainstorming? The correct option is B. A moderator leads a group of people. Of course, you require a moderator. Next, fourth one. A list of problems is provided to the group. Of course, you require a problem to do a brainstorming. Then the fifth one, quantity of ideas is desired. That is, more ideas is generated. So this is how the brainstorming is done. So the correct option is B, consisting of second, fourth, and fifth options. So 27th question, dash is a person who exposes any kind of information or activity that is deemed illegal, unethical, or not correct within an organization that is either private or public. So he is basically called as whistleblower. That is a person who exposes something wrong in the company towards the media, to the public is actually called whistleblower. So next we go to the statement 1 and 2 related problems. Conflict of interest are critical factors in causing various ethical problems, not just in relation to suppliers. So statement 2 says organization conflicts of interest typically occur when a firm is employed as a supplier of professional services of one sort or another. So the correct option is both statement 1 and 2 are true. So next we go to the 29th question. Match the following issues versus feminist ethics. So the correct option will be D. A23, B24, C21, D22. That is for A it is 3. So what is A? View of humans. So the correct option is 3. So view of humans are related to interdependent actors within a social web. Next, for B it is 4. So values are nothing but harmony, empathy, community, caring, responsiveness, integration, all these things are called values. Then C it is 1. So moral problem is nothing but conflicts of responsibility in network relationship. So this is where the problems arises. So more network, more moral problems is going to arise. Next one D. So D is 2. So focus is nothing but it is a process. So next we go to the 30th question. A triple bottom line, TBL, is a term coined and advocated by John Elkington. So he is the person who has given this particular word called TBL or triple bottom line. So we go to 31st question. If a group of countries abolish trade barriers between them and set the same tariff on goods coming in from other countries, so they are called as custom union. So custom union is a group of countries where they abolish the trade barriers between them, but they will set a tariff which is coming from a non-union country. So such a thing is actually called as customs union. So which document implies that the goods that are exported have been manufactured in a particular country mentioned therein. It is called certificate of origin. So for certificate of origin basically tells from where the goods have uh, come from. So which is the country from where the goods have originated. So therefore it is called certificate of origin. Then 33rd question. Documents used when goods are shipped for international market through ocean transport is called bill of lading or landing. So 34th question, which one of the following is the biggest market for foreign exchange or forex transaction? It is London Stock Exchange. So next we go to the 35th question. Packing credit means it is 2 and 4, that is long term credit and pre-shipment credit. So that is the correct option. 36th question. If $1 equaled €1 last year, then the exchange changed so that today $1 equals €2. Which of the following will most likely to occur? So the most likely to occur is Europeans will purchase fewer US products. So this is what happens because euro becomes costlier compared to the dollar. So therefore, Europeans are going to purchase few of the US products. So that is the correct answer. 37. What are the three key components of WTO? So three components are the executive operators, the legislative operators, and enforcement operators. These are the three key components of WTO. Next, we go to 38th question. Once again, match the following. The correct option is for one, it is A, that is purchasing power parity is given by Gustav Castle, and for two, it is B, comparative advantage theory is given by David Ricardo, and for three, it is C, that is factor endowment theory is given by Eli Hecksheiner and Bertin Holin. The fourth question, strategic trade theory is given by Michael Lee Porter. So the correct option for the 38th question is D. That is 1 versus A, 2 versus B, 3 versus C, 4 versus D. Now we go for the 39th question. Once again, match the following. The correct option is Brazil. So here countries are given and the currencies are given. So you have to match the country versus currency. So the Brazil currency is called real. Then B is 1. Czech Republic is Corona. And C is 2. Indonesia is called Rupiah. And D is 3. That is South Africa is called Rand. So this is how it are interrelated. So the correct option is C. We go to the 40th question, assertion and reasoning. FOB, free on board, is the most frequently used price quotation in international market. The reason is ocean freight, marine insurance, unloading charges are borne by the importer. Select the correct code. So the correct code is both assertion and reason are true. Yeah, next 41st question. Polygraph is a device that is used in honesty testing. That is, this is a device basically used to test the honesty of a person. So 42nd question, a one-time payment some employers provide when terminating an employee is known as severance pay. It's called severance pay. 43rd question, the term melting pot, salao bowl are used with reference to integration of many different cultures. So this is related to cross-culture integration. 44th question, simulated training is also referred as vestibule training. De-jobbing is basically referred as broadening the responsibility of the company's job and encouraging the employees not to limit themselves to what's on their job description. That is basically broadening the responsibility of the employees. So 46th question, career development is nothing but the lifelong series of activities that contribute to a person's career, exploration, establishment, success, and fulfillment. So next we go to the 50th question, for 47th question. From the following, find which is not a typical characteristic of type A personality. So does not brag. So that is the correct option. Does not brag is the correct option. Next, we go to the statement 1 and 2 related problems. Golden handshake is a payment given to someone who is made redundant or retires early. Golden handshake is a benefit provided to an employee to discourage an employee from taking an employment elsewhere. So which of the code is correct related to the above statement? So statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is not correct. So that is what the golden handshake is, the payment given to someone who retires early or who has made a lot of contribution to the company. So next we go to the 49th question. A team-based incentive plan in which the employees get their usual salary, a share in the profit of a company, and a share in the management of the company is known as co-partnership plan. Okay, it is called co-partnership plan. So you're making the employee as a co-partner in the company. Match the following. So you have to match list 1 to list 2. So the correct option is A is related to 2. That is administrative decisions are related to layoffs. Next, B is related to 3. Documentation is related to meet legal requirements. C is related to 4. Organizational objectives are related to evaluation of human resource system. D is related to 1. Developmental users are related to performance feedback. So that is how it is related. Now let us take the 51 question or 51st question. Following statements relate to employee development. Statement 1 and 2. So here both statement 1 and 2 is right. So why? Because succession planning is ongoing process of systematically identifying, assessing, and developing the organizational leadership to enhance the performance. So this is how succession planning happens. So talent management involves identifying, recruiting, hiring, developing high potential employees. So it's a process of identifying and developing an high potential employees is actually called as talent management. So therefore, both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Now let us go to the 53rd question. Markov analysis is connected with estimation of number of employees who will be in various positions with the organization in future. So the 54th question, which of the following is generally not a reason for layoff? Fluctuation in demand, union activities of employees, shortage of fuel and power, piling up of the inventory. So shortage of fuel and power is the correct answer. So nobody is going to lay off the employees just because that you have a shortage of fuel and power. Yeah, I think 50 seconds has to be covered. So indicate the correct code for the following two statements of assertion and reasoning. So assertion, stress interview is an interview in which the applicant is made uncomfortable by a series of often rude questions. So this is how the stress interview happens. The reason is this technique helps the identify hypersensitive applicants and those with low or high stress tolerance people. So both A and B are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. So stress interview is basically undertaken to test the stress level of a employee to know whether they are sensitive to stress or not. So that is the main criteria for conducting the stress interview. So 53 is already covered. 54 is already been told. So which of the following generally is not related reason for layoff? It is the shortage of fuel and power. Now 55th question. So we have a match the following list 1 versus the list 2. Okay, so this is related to HR once again, law related one. So A is related to 4. Outside leadership of a trade union is responsible for the slow growth of trade union. Next, B is 1. The formal basis of trade union organization is provided by Indian Trade Union Act 1926. And C is 2. A registered trade union can enter into contraction with the other. And D is 3. The Code of Discipline was adopted at the 16th Indian Labor Conference. So that is how the 55th question, the correct option is A. That is A is related to 4, B is related to 1, C is related to 2, D is related to 3. So therefore the correct option is A. Yeah, next we have a 56 question. Once again, statement 1 and 2. If the grievance are not identified and redressed, may adversely affect the workers, managing, and the organization as a whole. This second statement is it is not essential to have a grievance handling machinery or mechanism. So, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Definitely, the company should have a grievance mechanism system. Only then the company can perform. So, therefore, statement 2 cannot be accepted. So arrange the following in a proper sequence. So the sequence is the first one is 3, issuing a letter of charge. Next is 2, consideration of explanation. 4, follow up. First one is holding a full-fledged inquiry. Then 6, final order of punishment. And the fifth one is show cause notice. That means this is how a proper disciplinary action is taken on a employee. So this is the process for disciplinary action or for issuing a show cause notice. Yeah, 57th, bonus as an incentive for time saved in proportion to time allowed for completing the work was proposed by Emerson. Then 58th statement, the main objective of collective bargaining is to settle the disputes or conflicts relating to wages and working conditions. So statement 2 says collective bargaining is not to protect the interest of workers through collective action. So statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is wrong statement. So therefore, the correct option for 58th question is C. Then the 60th question, arrange the following managerial interventions of virtual project team life cycle in the correct sequence. So you have a 4 options, norming, storming, performing, and formations. Which is the correct option? It's going to start with forming, then storming, then norming, then you have performing. So therefore, the correct option is B. For 61st question, a difference in information held by managers, owners, and lenders is often referred to as asymmetric information. So the correct option for 61st question is D. Next, we go to 62nd question. The fundamental principle of application of discounted cash flow or DCF technique to investment appraisal is to incorporate all incremental cash inflows. So that means if you want to include all the cash inflows, then we use the discounted cash flow method or DCF technique. Then 63rd question, the opportunity cost of a capital for a risky project is the correct option is the C, the expected rate of return on a portfolio of securities of similar risk as the project. And 64th question, for all the equity firm, as EBIT increases, the EPS, that is earning per share, increases by the same percentage. So this is actually the correct option. So as the earning before income tax increases, the EPS increases by the same percentage. Next, we have a 65th question. Right to buy or sell an asset at a specified exercise price at a specified period of time is called as option. An interest rate that has been annualized using compound interest is termed as a effective annual interest rate. So which of the following is not the feature of security? Collectivity is not a feature of security. The security includes maturity, safety, marketability, and all. Collectivity will not be there. So therefore, this is not the correct option. So therefore, 68th question answer is A. I'm sorry, 67th question, the option is A. Now we go to the 68th question. A variety of sensitivity analysis which deals with a number of factors at the same time is called scenario analysis. It is called as the scenario analysis. Then we go for the put call parity implies. So the value of the call plus PV of the exercise is equal to the value of the put plus share price. So this is the correct formula. Now we go to the 70th question. The dividend reinvestment plan, it's called DRIP, is the correct option is an optional plan provided by corporate firms allowing shareholders to automatically reinvest dividend payments in additional shares of the firm stock. That means you are using the dividends to buy extra stock in the company. So this is what is called dividend reinvestment plan or DRIP. 71st question. Which of the following statement is correct? The correct option is shareholders are not required to formally vote on acquisition of stock. Next, we go to the 72nd question. As the following list 1 versus list 2. The correct option is for A it is 3. Dividend capitalization model is given by Myron Gordon. For B it is 2. Dividend relevance model is given by James Walter. C. Dividend irrelevance model is given by Modigliani and Miller Terry. And dividend payout model is given by John Lindner. So this is how these theories are interrelated. Now match the following list 1 versus list 2. So A is 1. So that is derivatives related to hedges. So hedging is basically related to derivative options using act. That means hedges normally use the derivatives to do the hedging act. Second one, B option is 2. That is equity valuation. The correct answer is dividend discount model. C it is 3. Call option is nothing but option to buy. Put option is nothing but option to sell. Therefore, the 73rd question, the correct option will be D. 74th question, arrange the following steps in the capital budgeting process. The correct option is 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. That means, so you're going to start with identification of investment proposals. Next is third one, evaluation of various proposals, fixing priorities, selection and preparation of capital budgets, implementation and performance review. So that is how it is being done actually. 76th question, assume that the Big Mac hamburger is selling for 1.99 pounds in the United Kingdom. The same hamburger is selling for $2.71 in the United States of America, and the same actual, the actual exchange rate to buy is $1 with British pound is 0.63. According to Dash, the British pound is dash the US dollar. The purchasing power parity, according to purchasing power parity, the British pound is overvalued to the US dollar. So that is the correct option for the 76th question. Now we'll go to the 77th question. Which of the following statements are correct regarding the mergers? So it is 1, 3, 4 only. It requires approval of the shareholders of both the firms. That means both the firms, A and B firms are getting merged to C. So both the shareholders of A and B company has to approve it. Next, third question. Third option is it is relatively inexpensive compared to other forms of acquisition. And the fourth one is it is an avoidance of the need to transfer title of the individual assets of the acquired firm to acquiring firm. So the correct option is D. 78, assertion and reasoning. The treasury manager uses the derivative in the bond market as well as the forex market. So the reason is it helps the risk coverage. Both the options are correct. So why the treasury manager uses basically to cover the risk. So therefore, the correct the answer for 78th question is B. Both A, that is assertion and reasoning, are true. We'll go to the 79th question. Once again, assertion and reasoning. Management of working capital refers to management of current assets and current liabilities. The reason is, but the major thrust of course is on the management of current assets because the current liability arise in context of the current assets. The correct option will be both A and R are correct. That is both assertion and reasoning are correct. 80th question, once again assertion and reasoning. According to net income approach, the cost of equity and debt increases as the degree of leverage increases. The reason for this is while according to net operating income approach, the cost of equity and debt remains constant irrespective of degree of leverage. So the correct thing is both A and R are false. That is both assertion and reasoning is false. So the correct answer for 80th question is B. So that means both are false. So next one, 81st question. Meta market concept was proposed by Mon Shawnee. Next we go to the 82nd question. Dash aims at building mutually satisfying long team relationship with the customers suppliers, distributors, and other marketing partners in order to earn and retain business. I think it is a long-term relationship, not long team. So this long-term relationship is basically called as relationship marketing. 83rd question. A written document that summarizes what the marketer has learned about the marketplace and indicates how to achieve its objective is called marketing plan. Then 84th question, the act of designing companies offering and its ways to occupy a distinctive place in the minds of the target market is referred to as positioning. So how the concept of a product or a company or a brand is placed in the mind of a customer is actually called as positioning. So therefore correct option is B, positioning. We'll go to the 85th question, match the following. So for A, it is 1, that is product mix pricing is nothing but it maximizes the profits. Next, for B, it is 2, product line pricing basically helps in different pricing. C, it is 3, captive product pricing is nothing but the low price, and optional feature pricing is low to high price. That means if you are increasing price from low to high, it's called optional feature pricing. Yeah, 86th question. Retail store types pass through stages of growth and decline that can be described as retail life cycle. Just like you have a product life cycle, retail life cycle also goes from different stages. So when there is a decline from growth to decline, then it is called as the retail life cycle. Statement 1 and 2 for 87th question. Marketers build brand equity by creating the right brand knowledge structures within the right consumers. Statement 2, the process of building brand equity depends on all brand related contacts. Which of the following codes is the correct code? So both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 88th question, overall demand means more consumers would like to buy the product that can be satisfied. That means if the demand is overall, basically means that the consumers are ready to buy the products quite often to satisfy their need. Then we go to the 89th question. In BCG matrix, stars denote what? The business is rapidly growing market with large market share. That means business is rapidly growing and you have a big market for your capturing, so you can get a maximum chunk of the share in the market. So that type of scenario is actually called as the stars. 90th question. Which of the 3 kinds of marketing channels the marketer uses to reach the target market? One is communication channel, distribution channel. The third one is service channel. 91st question. 4 key constituents of relationship marketing are customers. The 4th one is employees. The 3rd one is marketing partners. The 6th one is members of financial community. So here employees doesn't play an important role. So therefore it is not taken here. Next we go to the 92nd question. From the following, select the 3 best known theories of human motivation used to understand the buying behavior. So the correct option is B. So Sigmund Freud. The 4th one is Abraham Maslow. The 5th one is Frederick Herzberg. 93. Indicate the correct code from the following that refers to mental accounting. So it is 1, 2, and 4. The D option. That is the way consumers code, categorize, and evaluate the financial outcomes of a choice. The second one is based on prospect theory. The 4th one, it is about segregating gains and integrating losses. Then we have a 94th question. Indicate the correct code from the following that refers to factors leading to less price sensitivity. The option is B, consisting of 1, 2, and 4. That is, product is used in conjunction with assets previously brought, plus buyers cannot store the product. And the 4th one is buyers are less aware of all the substitutes. 95th, the market research process involves following steps. Arrange them in a proper sequence. The sequence is the first one, define the problem, the decision, alternatives, and research objectives. Next, develop the research problem, then collect the information, then analyze the information, then present the findings, then the fourth one, make the decision. So the correct options will be 1, 3, 2, 5, 6 and 4. So the correct answer is B. Next, the market names. This one is statement 1 and statement 2. The following statement relate to the marketing research. Indicate the statements being correct or incorrect. So statement 1, it goes like this. It is an ongoing organized procedure to generate, analyze, disseminate, store, retrieve the information for marketing decision making. Statement 2 says it's the development, interpretation, and communication of decision-oriented information to be used in all phases of marketing. So therefore, statement 1 is false. Statement 2 is correct. So statement 2 is correct here because any development, interpretation, communication of decision is what the important thing happens in the marketing process. So 97th question match the following. For A it is 3, that is geographic segmentation is rural and semi-urban areas. So this is geographic segmentation. B is 1, that is demographic segmentation is occupation. C is 4, psychographic segmentation is personality. So psychographic basically focus on the lifestyles. So next one is a D, behavioral segmentation. It is 2, that is occasions. Then we go to the 98th question as the following list 1 as well as the list 2. So the correct pattern will be for A it is 4. That is knowledge gap is nothing but the difference between the service provider believe the customer expects and customer's actual needs and expectation. And for B it is 1. So service gap is nothing but the difference between what the customer expect to receive and the perception of the service that is delivered. That is what the customers are expecting, what the company is giving. When the consumer is not able to understand this, then we're going to find the difference. This is actually called as service gap. Next, we have a C. C is 2. So standard gap is nothing but the difference between what is delivered and what is expected. Then D is 3. So perception gap is nothing but the difference between management's perception of customers' expectation and the quality standards established for service delivery. So this is actually the D, that is the third one. So perception gap is nothing but the difference between the management's perception of customers' expectation and the quality standards established. So if there is a difference between this, that is called as perception gap. Next, we go to the 99th question. Once again, match the following list 1 versus list 2. The correct option is A is equal to 2. That is consumer markets is companies sell mass consumer goods and services. Then we have B is equal to 1. Business markets is nothing but companies sell business goods and services. Then C is 4. There is global markets. Companies sell goods and services in the global marketplace. And D is 3. Is non-profit and governmental markets. The company sells their goods to non-profit organizations. So the correct option for 99th question is A. That is A is related to 2, B is related to 1, C is related to 4, D is related to 3. Then we go to the last question from the following 2 statements of assertion and reasoning. So the assertion is product as a life cycle. Okay. The reason is product sales pass through distinct stages, each posing different challenges, opportunities, and problem to seller. So both A and B are correct. You know that product has a life cycle and it goes to different stages. So therefore, both A and R, that is the assertion and reasoning are correct. And reasoning is the right explanation for assertion. So this completes all the 100 questions. So this carries a total of 200 marks. I hope that you have understood this 2018 marketing paper 2 question paper. So this is how I reviewed the question paper. So don't forget to share the video, like the video, and to press the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thank you very much.